the America's favorite sport on WHBQ.
Memphis wrestling fans, we're at the home of Jackie Fargo. Along with him is Bill Dundee. To best describe what these two would like to say, I'd like to turn it over now to Bill Dundee.
Thanks, Mike. So you good people in Memphis know this Jerry Lawler's been a pain in the neck to me for a long time. He had that big Professor Tanaka climb over the bull wire last week, so I thought he had a secret weapon, so I got one too. All of this is just for you, and here it is right here.
Let me tell you something, Lawler. You're a loud-mouthed little punk. You talk big and you talk loud and you want to run around bragging about hurting people and breaking their ribs and hurting their necks. Well, I've been obligated to Florida and Alabama booking agency. I've been down there for 6 or 7 months and have been doing very successful. I got the opportunity to come back to Memphis, Tennessee to wrestle you. I jumped at it. I was supposed to have been booked in Mobile, Alabama Sunday. But I quickly got on the phone and got them to release me. You had your secret weapon last week, huh? Well, Bill Dundee's got a secret weapon this week, Pally, and that's the fabulous Jackie Fargo. In case you're not familiar with him, let me familiarize you with him. I've never known to be a great wrestler, but I'm one of the best street fighters and the best brawlers that's ever been in the wrestling profession. And you loudmouth punk, you, and I call you to a punk to your face. I never did like you, even when you tried to be a nice boy. I knew you didn't fool me one bit. You double-crossed me once before in the ring in Memphis, Tennessee, and I won't ever forget that. Well, let me tell you something. I'm coming to Memphis, Tennessee Sunday night with one intention, Pally, to cripple you, Mr. Lawler. I laid up here for 5.5 months with some broken ribs. You don't know what it's like? I do. And let me tell you this, Mr. Lawler. I'm going to be centered on you. Yeah. I'm going to be centered on that good-looking face of yours you call yourself. I'm going to be centered on them ribs of yours. With a partner like Bill Dundee, I know his wrestling ability. He's got more wrestling ability in his little finger than you've got in your whole body, Pally. The only thing you got going for you is your big mouth. Well, that mouth don't win wrestling matches, Pally. Determination wins wrestling matches, and guts. And that's something I got plenty of, boy. And I call you a boy to your face. You're a boy. So when you come to Memphis Sunday night, don't come prepared to wrestle the Fabulous One. Get your best hold. If Tanaka's your best hold, Pally, you have him. I'm going to say this once more. I'm going to be centered on you, Lawler. You're not going to like it when it's all over, Pally. And I am. Me and Mr. Bill's going to strut like a peacock. Bill, I won't let you down, Pally.
You've heard the word from Jackie Fargo and Bill Dundee. It all takes place Sunday night, the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum.
As a matter of fact, that's an actual factual, and the Fabulous One is going to be back here after a long absence, and here comes the guy he's going to be in there with, Bill Dundee. Billy, good to see you out here.
Lance, the Fabulous One said it all. Lawler, I hope you're sitting back in a hole listening to that. Now, I'm going to tell you something, you slant-eyed nothing. You're awful brave when you climb over the bull wire when there's nobody watching you. Well, listen, buddy boy, Pearl Harbor's starting all over again down in the Coliseum on Sunday, boy. Now, let me tell you, boy, you're big and brave when it comes in here to sneaking up on a guy and giving him one of them judo chops, whatever you call them, from behind. Okay, so you hurt Armstrong. Big deal. Now, just like that Fabulous One said, guy, come prepared to fight. Not to wrestle, to fight. Because, Lawler, you bring them all in, Lawler. I just figured something there, guy. You've lost all confidence in you, Lawler. You can't do it by yourself no more, boy. So you're bringing them all in. First it was Sam Bass. Now it's that big Jap. Okay, bring them all in, Lawler. Bring them all. Just bring them all down here anytime you like, boy. But Sunday's your last day, boy. I kid you not. The Fabulous One, he mightn't be the best wrestler, but he's one tough street fighter, Lawler, and that's more than I can say for you. And that's about all I got to say in the subject because it don't bother me no more. Lance, I want to thank you. All you good people in Jonesboro, we'll see you tonight.
Okay, there's Bill Dundee, and didn't take too many words to get what he had to say done. You know, I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't seen Lawler challenging these guys one at a time. He did have Sam in there. Now he's got this giant Jap Tanaka in there, and it should be some kind of a battle, and that's the kind that Fargo is most accustomed to. When the rules get a little soft and bent here and there, and you can start swinging a little bit, Jackie likes it, and I've seen Bill Dundee do his share of it, too. We're going to be back with more wrestling action for you in just a moment. See if we can get the king out here with Sam, and also see if his partner for this coming Sunday night. Hello, Sam. And
Lance, I'd like to
Tanaka.
say something, baby.
All right.
You know, old Sam's done it again. He's come up with another winning team, baby. Look what I've got here. Professor Tanaka and Jerry Lawler. How can you beat a team like this? There's no way, Lance Russell. Now, the king here's got a few choice words he wants to say, and then Tanaka's got a few words. Tanaka, would you step over here, please? I want you to stand behind Lawler. I'm going to get over out of your way.
First of all, before you do, Sam, would you mind fixing Lance's hair? He got a cowlick here that won't wait, baby. I've been looking at that out there on the monitor, and I just... There, you got it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Okay, what do you got to say? What do you got to say, sir?
You know what, Lance? You ought to pal around with a half-wit so you have somebody to look up to. But you know, here's what I want to say. I've been watching this. Dundee said, I hope Lawler's watching out there. Well, I have been watching Dundee. And this is really great. I am really looking forward to it. You know, it is what could be more appropriate. To usher in the new year, Bill Dundee went out and got old Father Time for his partner. Can you imagine? Do you know, Professor, I don't know how familiar you are with Jackie Fargo. Well, you just went up against one of the Fargos, and I think he's a lot younger than Jackie, and he's a lot better wrestler than Jackie, so you can about judge what Jackie Fargo is from what you just wrestled. But this is really great. You know, Fargo, I got a few words to say to you. Your destiny is no longer in your hands. You should have quit while it was still up to you, but now it's no longer up to you anymore. It's up to the professor and the king. And we're going to retire you from wrestling. Come tomorrow night. Remember that, Fargo. Tomorrow night, when you step in the ring, when you look around at all those people, you just realize before the match ever starts, just say to yourself, this is my last night in professional wrestling. So think about that, Fargo. You know you're washed up. You know you're a has-been. I watched you on that interview, and I know. The people say, boy, he's really mad at that Jerry Lawler. He's not mad. He's envious. Because he looks at me, and he sees everything that he wishes he could be. But those days are all gone for you, Fargo. You're washed up. You're over the hill. You're big and fat. We don't call him Fargo anymore. We call him Porky. And you know, hey, you know why his big fat belly looks like a beer keg, Sam? Because that's what he uses it for. That's right. It's no secret, Fargo. Everybody knows about you around town, baby. We are...
This is Mr. Fargo. I watch a monitor. He's a big fat old man.
Yeah, that's him.
Why they put the fat old man inside England just to see that guy?
Hey, it's great, Professor. I want you to know, Fargo, that it's all over for you tomorrow night. You talk about... It seems like everybody I watch on TV that's doing an interview to me is telling me, Lawler, you're going to know how it feels to lay up with broken ribs and busted bodies and everything. It'll never happen. I haven't felt it yet. Last week we put Armstrong out. We put that pencil-neck Dundee out. Now Dundee says that I'm looking for partners. It looks like you're looking for partners, boy. Now you've gone out and scraped up the bottom of the barrel. The old man himself, Jackie Fargo. And I got news for you. It ain't gonna get the job done, baby. Not with the professor here.
Old man to young boys. No comparison.
I must say, though, Jerry, in all fairness to the folks that weren't there last week, that Armstrong and Dundee were doing a number on you and Sam. When the professor saw fit, why, I don't know, but
Lance,
he came... What?
When they say you're the MC of the show, that don't stand for mental case. Don't come out here and make a fool out of yourself in front of the people. They know what happened. If the professor hadn't climbed that wire, I would have killed those two idiots. He came in there merely to pull me off of them and saved them. You were sitting there and you know yourself they never saw daylight from the time that bell rang. Now stand there and tell the people. There's the camera right there.
I don't have
Look
to
at it. Tell them.
They were down
tell them
there
the truth.
and saw it.
I must stop this man too many deciding mutilate, you know.
That's the only thing he came in there to do is save them. But it still ended up crippling Armstrong, and I'm going to do the same thing to you, Fats Fargo. I want you to remember that. I hate you. You talk about me being a punk. Well, you just remember before you go in there. Don't wave that. I know what it means, Lance. You just remember that, Fargo. It's all over for you tomorrow night. It's your last night in professional wrestling.
Okay, we heard it from Jerry the King Lawler. He goes out here and brings in the one-man gang and his Professor Tanaka. And they will be tangling with a fabulous Jackie Fargo and Bill Dundee, and it just may not be that easy.